How do I differentiate between what is a good and useful thing to do and what is a useless thing to do?
Ah, so that needs some explanation. This is the Sampajanya, the clear comprehension. Sartaka Sampajanya, Sappaya Sampajanya, Gochara Sampajanya, Asamoha Sampajanya. Sampajanya means wisdom. Sap, Sartaka Sampajanya is you have to think. Now, what am I thinking? Is it of any use? Sartaka Artyakti, is it of any use for me or others? If my thinking has no use for me or others, stop that thinking. It is of useless. Useless. You are only wasting time. Sarthak. What am I talking? Is it of any use for me or for others? If it is useless, then stop talking. Useless. It has no use for anybody. Then what am I doing? Is it of any use for me or for others? If it has no use, then stop doing that because it is a waste of time. So Sartaka Sampajanya means you have to see all your actions, thinking, speech, actions. Is it of any use for me or for others? So you economize on time, you do only what is useful for me or for others, and you are not just doing things just because it is good or whatever, but all the time you are mindful. If it is good for me or for others, then I do it. If not, I don't do it. Then that is sartaka. Then sappaya sambhijanya means sapapinisavenod, sappaya. Is it comfortable for me and others? By doing this must be either comfortable for me or for others. My speech must be comfortable for me or for others. If it is not comfortable, then stop it. Hmm. So is my thinking any comfortable for me, for others? My thinking is useless. It is very uncomfortable for me to think. Then don't do it. So that is sappaya sampajanyam. Make a matter sappyakta dukakta. So stop it. If that speech, that action, that thinking is not giving me any good or others giving others any good, then stop it. So all the time you are in clear comprehension of what you are doing. Sattaka sampradaya, sappaya gochara sampradaya means, is it my business, my gochara is it within my rights, within my uh, gochara means, do I have any rights to talk like this? Do I have any rights to think like this? Is it be within my territory or is it something that I cannot do? Do I have any rights to do this work? This is not my work. Then am I trespassing on other people or am I speaking out of turn or am I thinking unnecessary rubbish? So like that whole time you have to think it is gochara. Is it within my domain, within my rights that I'm thinking, speaking, and acting? If I know I have no rights to think like that. I have no rights to speak like that. I have no rights to do this. Then it is not your domain. Then don't do it. So all time wisdom is telling you what is right and what is not right. Then asamoha sampajanya is the most important. Am I doing it out of selfishness, me, I and mine, to satisfy me and I and mine? Or am I doing this without any mm, undertones of selfishness for the purpose of, for the sake of doing it without having any strings attached? If I do this, I will get this. No such thing. I am doing it entirely out of my wish and will without expecting anything in return. So that is the asammoha sampajanya, where you have to do things for the sake of doing, not without expecting returns. For instance, if I am speaking this and expecting something from you, then it is asammoha sampajanya. Sammoha sampajanya. If it is asammoha sampajanya, it means I say it as much as I can or will not with any strings attached that therefore they will think highly of me or they will give me gifts or they will save all kinds of things. No, that if that is the motive, then it is a foolish pastime because it is asam. Your moha is what is me, I, and mine is what is mm, getting you to do this. You want to make a name for yourself, you want to become famous, or you want to earn money, or maybe you expect something in return. So that is the foolishness. Then the act itself has no value as far as the wholesomeness is. It is unwholesome, that work that you do. Your thinking, your speech, your action. So these are the four sampajanyas which should be which we should know and practice in daily living. That is to say, is it of any use for me? This speech, this talk, this action. Then is it comfortable for me? Sappaya sampajanya. And for others, my speech, my action, my thinking. Then uh, Sat Sampajanya, Sappaya Sampajanya, Gochara. Is it within my domain, within my rights to speak like this, to think like this, to work like this? So, which Gochara means your own territory. This is not out of your territory. If it is within my rights, then I can say it. Then, or do it. If it is not, then I am trespassing on others. So that is Sappaya Sampajanya, Gochara Sampajanya, Sarthaka Sampajanya, Sappaya Sampajanya, Gochara Sampajanya, Samoha is am I doing it for some personal benefit to get something out of it? Or am I doing it for the sake of doing it? So one must know uh, very well whether you are expecting returns or whether you are not expecting returns. You are merely doing it because it is the work that is being expected of you. So you do it to the best of ability, and that's it. That's full stop there. Okay.
Sad, sad. Thank you, Bhikkhuni. A
Yeah.
question has come up from that.
Yeah.
I think related to the last point, asammoha sampajana. How do we do a job, right, and not expect a salary or a bonus? We work in expectation of getting that.
So this is not about the profession or the work you are doing for with the intention of getting for your salary. If you do the work enough for your salary, that is good enough. So if you get a salary and you don't work for it, then that becomes a question. Otherwise, you do your maximum for the salary you get. You even do more. Your salary is little. I remember when I was a teacher, the teacher's salary was very little, but we were working like anything. So now I remember, if I can tell you a personal thing. I was teaching science in a small school in Maharagama. Then I got outside 40 students and 38 get through science. So now the teacher's salary is very little, but we are working so hard. So getting the salary is one thing, working for the salary is another thing. You can work more than what your salary is. So it's up to you. If you have the aptitude, why don't you do it? Don't work merely for the salary. You can work more than what you can do other people's work on. When someone is going on leave, you can also go and work for that person. So it's not merely for the salary, but for the sake of the work. Salary is, by the way, it may be small salary, it may be big salary, but the question is whether you are working for the salary you are getting. Are you working less or more? Okay?
What is kusala and what is akusala? What is ping? What is pau? I think you have talked about this before, Bhikkhuni, but if you can quickly elaborate.
Mhm. Kusala. mm, Kusala, there's a definition. Akusala is uh, Papake akusale dhamme nindite papake akusale dhamme. Nindita means it is නින්දා කරනවා කියන්නේ it is shameful. All akusala is shameful. Nindite papake, they are all papa. They are not wholesome. All akusala is unwholesome. All akusala is shameful. Papake akusale dhamme. So you have to recognize it in your mind as and when it arises. So say it is pride or jealousy or anger or hatred, whatever arises, you will see these marked, their characteristics, they are nindite, shameful, they are papake, they are giving you bad results. Vipaka. Papake akusale dhamme, those are akusala. You have to recognize them as akusala and give them up. Chalayanti, you shake it and get out of it. Whenever they arise, it's your business is to see it, recognize, and get rid of it. Nobody can do that for you. You have to do it yourself. Understanding they are shameful, they are giving bad returns in the sense akusala means you get painful returns. You never get happy returns. So once you understand the nature of akusala, you have to understand it yourself and give it up. And kusala is more powerful than akusala. That is why someday you can overcome all akusala with kusala. Akusala is associated with lobha, dvesa, moha, greed, hatred, and ignorance. Non-greed, non-hate, and wisdom is kusala, and non-hate is more powerful than hate. Non-greed is more powerful than greed, and non-greed, non-hate, and wisdom is more powerful than ignorance. So, if you have non-greed, non-hate, and wisdom, you are able to conquer and destroy greed, hatred, and ignorance. So, kusala is powerful, akusala is not. Someday, the good and the kusala can can get rid of the akusala. Otherwise, there'll never be a world that is good, because it is more powerful. It is able to overcome all akusala. So that is kusala and akusala. Ping and ping is also pinayati. Um, mm, Now, pinayati means you feel happy that you are doing ping. Ping is not the same as akusala and kusala, because mostly with the act of dana you get ping. That is, you are happy to give the dana and the other party is happy to receive the dana. So it gives happiness. But kusala doesn't give happiness as such. When you, it gives a deeper sense of happiness when you say, I was with akusala and I got rid of it. Then you can be extremely happy that. So mm, that the entire Dhamma is directed towards that. Swatato Bhagavata Dhammo, well proclaim this Dhamma of the Buddha. Sanditiko, it gives immediate results. You can see the outcome of it. This Akaliko, it doesn't take time. It gives immediate results. Ehipasiko, come and see. I have won the situation because of the Dhamma. Open eye onward leading. So if I can illustrate it, you can understand that all Dhamma is pertaining to Kusala. I think I have given this example long ago. There's a monk, he goes round for Pindapat, and there he sees a beautiful woman. Now he's thinking of her and unable to concentrate on his meditation. And then he's becoming very restless and unable to do any of his work. And he's now out of food. He doesn't want to eat also. He just puts away the food, and then suddenly he realizes all this misery I have got because of this greed that I have for that woman. Then the moment he realizes that he has won the case, because he gives up the greed and he has come a winner. So to see your anger, to see your attachment and get rid of it is the biggest uh, winning situation. You are a winner, because that is what the Dhamma is talking about. Dhamma is saying, see it and you see the results. Every person will come and see. I was down on the dumps thinking of that woman. Say, hey, Basu, come and see. Now I have got rid of that. I'm back to normal. I'm doing my work. I'm not a victim of that. So once you see your own mind, that means that's the time that you come out of your problem. So you have to see the impurities, or what the the mind with all kinds of impurities, then you get rid of them. If you don't see it, then you don't know how to get rid of them. So I don't know whether I have answered that question. Hmm.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Yes, Bhikkhuni.